I'd like to ask you to come back in time with me to the Peterson holiday Christmas party of December 2017. At this party, let me just set the context for you so you understand what you're getting yourselves into at this party at my house. There are about 100 people. There's a not very well-behaved dog running around, barking, trying to eat cookies out of people's plates. Mass chaos. At one point after the party, I found, for example, toothpaste or frosting in one of our remote controls. So this is the context of the party that you're now in. And the reason I bring this up is because at this party, I got into a lot of very interesting conversations. One of the conversations was with a woman named Nicole. And Nicole is a new member of the Roxborough community, where I'm from, down south of the Denver area. And she's a new mother, and she's got some young family. She's new to Colorado. She came here from Michigan. And it turns out she and her husband, Sean, are actually both lifelong independents. So she was quite interested when I mentioned I was thinking very seriously at that point about running for the state senate as an independent. Her ears really perked up. And I mentioned that I thought that politics had become a game. It'd become a game of, as Al White says, sort of red versus blue, left versus right, and us versus them. I told Nicole that I didn't think this is the way our system was supposed to work. I thought that we deserve better than this as a state, and she agreed. One of the issues that really, really illuminates the dysfunction in our current system is transportation. Right? When I thought about throwing my hat into this ring a couple of months ago, I did some research, and I looked into what other candidates had said, both the ones who were successful and the ones who weren't successful on both sides of the aisle. What I found is very interesting. Almost every single person who ran in the last couple of cycles talked about the importance of improving our physical infrastructure, roads, bridges, etc. And yet, despite that broad common view, that broad consensus on what should be done, nothing, next to nothing meaningful got done for our state. That is a big disappointment. That is, to me, emblematic of the broader problem in our system, which is partisanship. See, the people are watching, as Nick mentioned, right? They see partisanship. They see the dysfunction and discord that it sows in our land and in our state house. And it's a disease. It's a disease that started in D.C., it's spread to the Capitol here in Denver, and maybe much more importantly, one of the things that motivates me, it's spread to the dinner tables in our state too. That's where I draw the line. That's where I decide to get involved. Because ultimately, we deserve more. Partisanship, as I said, is fairly new to Colorado because Herb, another guy at the party, chimed in when he heard me talking to Nicole about all this, and he said he's, by the way, 80 years old. He's lived in Colorado almost his whole life, and he's lived for 40 years in Roxborough, which is exactly my age. And he pointed out something that I think Al was mentioning as well. Back in 2000, not so long ago, there was a lot more bipartisanship in our system. There was a general willingness on the part of partisans, elected as Democrats and Republicans, to work together, to work with one another. Herb mentioned to us both that we actually have a lot of very moderate politicians in our history. Governors, senators, all the way down the line, folks who got in, as Al White mentioned, for the right reasons, to serve the people of their district. And we've gotten away from that. We've gotten away from that in a big way. And so if you believe, as I do, that our system of government is worth saving, then this is your fight, right? This is your time. Because the solution, the cure to this, my 5-year-old daughter will be happy to know, is not a large, sharp needle, a shot. The cure for this is folks like us who are independent, willing to work together to find common ground across the aisle, or if the folks who just spoke get their way across the divide that doesn't exist with an aisle anymore. We have the ability to change our government. These are super lofty goals. I understand that. I know that Nicole and my friend Herb are very well aware of the fact that an independent can do what Democrats and Republicans, even the most well-meaning of them, are not able to do, which is bridge the partisan divide, restore function and dignity to our state government, and to get things working in for the people, not the parties. The solution is simple. We need to put ideas above ideology. So if you believe, as I do, that this is a fight worth winning, then join this cause. We need your support. And I'm confident that with that support, we can do what Margaret Mead suggested is possible, right? A small group of committed, thoughtful citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. So if you believe in this effort, please support us with your passion, with your energy, with your time. Thank you for your interest in all of this today.